The legs in this posture resemble part of the symbolic shape of the swastika, whose origins lie in Buddhist teachings. The 4 limbs of the swastika represent the eternal cycling within the wheel or circle of this life and all lives. A wheel is driven in a circle around a central axis point, with the spokes radiating outwards from this pivotal point. The sitting bone of the front leg will represent the axis point, and you will find that the stretch will radiate outwards in all directions from this point. You may need props to support you in this posture, so make sure that you have them to hand. Sit facing the front of your mat with the right thigh running along the right side edge of the mat. Align the right shin so that it runs parallel to the front edge of your mat, with a 90-degree angle at the back of the knee. Now slowly bring the left thigh so that the knee is aligned to its hip, with the thigh bone running parallel to the right shin in front, and the left shin can run along the left side edge of your mat. Your right hip and sitting bone will be on the floor, but the left hip will not. Align the center of your torso from the navel to the sternum with the front of the right thigh, and with your next exhalation, slowly fold the trunk over the thigh and walk the hands forward. Remember that you are working with your body in this posture, and therefore not trying to make your posture look exactly like mine. You may find that your torso comfortably folds over the front thigh with your back nice and flat, and that you can rest your head on a cushion or a block in this position. But you may find that folding forward pulls you over to the right side, twisting through the back and uncomfortably increasing the pressure through the right arm. If this is the case, you do not have to fold forward. It is likely that you are already getting a fairly decent stretch into the right hip or the back of the thigh area, and this is the focus of the posture. And don't forget that a wall is also a useful prop. If you can, close your eyes and, keeping your breath even and generous for the length of your time in the posture, let your mind rest with the epicenter of the stretch in your right sitting bone. The muscles and other connective tissues are being pulled from this point, and the stretch radiates outwards, down the back of the thigh, through the inner thigh and outer thigh, and up into the right glute, alongside the sacrum and into the right side of the lumbar spine and back waist. You might not find you are feeling the stretch in your back so much if you are not in the forward fold, but the release that you are getting in the lower part of the posture, through the back of your leg, is the priority for your body. Likewise, if you are feeling that the primary sensation of stretch has eased and that there is no lift through the left side of your back, you can move the center of your torso to an alignment closer to the center of your right shin, wrapping the left inner elbow around the right foot. The left side of the posture is key to producing the stretch through the right side, and we know that soft muscles are heavier than active muscles. So encourage the muscles through your left thigh to soften and release any activity. Allow the left side of your waist to be soft and the left shoulder and arm to release any desire to get involved in the posture. Then soften from the back of the right knee into the sitting bone, from the outside of the right knee into the hip. Soften at the front of the right hip and over the hip crest and into the right side of your back waist. Soften around the edges of the sacrum and through the layers of muscle at the back of the right hip. Feed your breath into your lumbar spine to find extra length, and then naturally release as you exhale. We talk of threat level in postures, and whilst you are not going to fall off of the floor, the stretch potential in this posture is profound, and that can mean that the threat level is hovering around alert. So use your breath to comfort and reassure. Soften the muscles that express your thoughts around the mouth and eye sockets and across the forehead. See if you can take 3 more long, slow breaths in this posture. With your next exhalation, slowly open your eyes, keeping a soft gaze. Use your hands to take the weight of your torso and push it gently out of the forward bend. This strong stretch will have released through one side of your pelvis, so carefully change sides. There really is no need to hurry at this point. With your torso facing forward, your left thigh aligns itself to the left side of your mat. Bring the shin forward to the point where it is parallel to the front edge of the mat, and you can see that you have an angle of more or less 90 degrees at the back of the knee. The right knee extends outwards, aligned with its hip, so that the thigh runs parallel to the back of the left shin, and the right shin runs along the right edge of the mat, also with a 90-degree angle at the back of it. Align the center of your torso with the left thigh bone and take a deep inhalation before exhaling and slowly folding forwards. This is the same posture as you have just practiced on the right side, but the stretch might feel distinctly different from the previous side. If you are not able to rest your head on a support in this posture, try not to let the weight of it drop so much that it pushes your chest and sternum away from the left leg, and encourage width through the collarbones and softness around the edges of the shoulder blades. After around 3 or 4 breaths, your mind will have assessed the threat level in relation to the degree of discomfort felt through your left hip, and you can decide whether you want to work the posture with your sternum more closely aligned towards the center of the front shin. You do not have to make the adjustment right now, and you might feel that you need to wait a few more breaths. You are in charge. I am just offering directions. You still choose the path you take when working a posture. Soften through the left sitting bone and allow the softness to radiate outwards through the layers of muscle and connective tissues that weave themselves through the left side of your pelvis. Soften at the front fold of your left hip and encourage the muscles that are wrapped around the left thigh bone to release their grip. Soften at the back of the knee and let the weight of the torso sink into the thigh and shin. Breathe into the sides of your waist and soften the muscles that run alongside the lumbar spine. Soften around the edges of your sacrum. Observe the muscles of the right thigh to see whether they have invited themselves to the party or not, and use your breath to encourage them to release any unnecessary activity. They are actually trying to help take weight out of the posture, so recognize the attitude behind their action and encourage them to soften. Soften over the tops of the shoulders and through the back of your neck. Release any tension at the base of the skull and through the scalp. Soften around the base of the ears and through the inner ear canal into the center of your head. Take 3 more even and generous breaths, encouraging softness and gentle release. With your next exhalation, slowly open your eyes. Keep the gaze soft and take the weight of the torso into your hands, pressing them into the mat to help push yourself gently out of the posture. Remember, there is no need to hurry, and you may feel a desire to rest in child's pose before moving on to the next posture.